Welcome to the Explainer. Okay, let's dive into this. Today, we're looking at some really fascinating source materials that break down exactly how to construct a fully resilient, modernized South African SME tech infrastructure. They basically outline how to build a hypothetical tech stack from the absolute ground up, layer by layer. The goal here is designing a digital and physical system that actually works for your business rather than constantly fighting against it. So here is our visual roadmap for today. We're going to build this out in 5 layers. First, we'll look at the SA Tech Challenge, then the Connectivity Foundation, followed by load-shedding-proof hosting, building the e-commerce storefront, and finally establishing remote IT support. Starting right off with Section 1, the SA Tech Challenge. Now, we really have to acknowledge the elephant in the room right away, don't we? Operating a business locally means navigating a truly unique and, frankly, often deeply frustrating digital landscape. You're constantly battling the infrastructure itself. So, how much business is actually lost to load shedding and slow loading times? Think about that for a second. When the power grid drops, your customer access drops. But what might not be so obvious is that it's not just immediate day of sales that you're losing out on. Your critical search engine rankings often drop right along with the grid. If Google's bots try to crawl your site during an outage and they can't reach it, well, your organic SEO takes a massive, sometimes irreversible hit. This brings us to how Google uses a specific technical metric to judge a website, TTFB, or time to first byte. Basically, this is literally the wait time for a visitor's browser to receive that very first byte of data from your server. It is absolutely crucial, a Google SEO core web vital. So, if a site is relying on a slow, locally hosted server that completely struggles during power dips, its TTFB skyrockets. Google sees that incredibly slow response, assumes the site provides a terrible user experience, and just like that, hard-earned local rankings can be completely destroyed. All right, let's look at part 2, the Connectivity Foundation. Before we can even think about where your website lives, we need to figure out how the physical office and the staff actually stay online, completely independent of local grid failures. To build this physical safety net, the sources point us to VoxOS Connectivity Solutions. The foundation starts with uncapped business fiber, which is accessible from about R$4.99 a month through major operators like Vumatel and OpenServe. But the absolutely crucial element highlighted here is business redundancy. For an extra R$2.59 a month, you can add an automatic LTE or 5G failover. This means if the fiber line gets cut or the local node loses power, boom, your internet instantly fails over to the 5G network, aiming for zero downtime. And if you're in an agricultural or really remote area, there's even a supported high-speed rural satellite alternative for R$765 a month to keep your physical operations completely covered. Let's move to and see how this builds. Section 3, load-shedding-proof hosting. So with the Office Online, where does your business data, things like your website and emails, actually live in the digital world? When we compare traditional SSDs to NVMe storage, the difference is honestly massive. Think of a traditional SSD like a bumpy dirt road. It caps out at about 600 megabytes per second, which is exactly what causes those dreaded slow page loads. But NVMe, that is a multi-lane, high-speed digital highway. It utilizes non-volatile memory express architecture to hit blistering speeds of up to 3,500 megabytes per second. This drastically improves that vital time to first byte metric we just talked about, allowing for near instant loading. To put that reliability into perspective, the sources highlight a proven continuous uptime of 358 days for VoxOS Elite servers. The strategy to achieve that level of stability in South Africa is actually really simple but highly effective. These servers, which are powered by heavy-duty 4th-gen Intel Xeon Gold processors, are physically located in Tier 1 data centers over in Luxembourg. By hosting the data on European infrastructure, your digital presence becomes 100% immune to South African power grid instability. Now, it would be totally natural to assume this level of enterprise, offshore hosting costs an absolute fortune, right? But data from Magic Web Designs and VoxOS shows it's actually highly affordable and fully POPIA compliant. The start package runs at just R$35 a month. But here is the key factor to note: the inode capacity on the Pro and Elite tiers. In plain terms, an inode is basically just a file. A server's inode limit is the absolute maximum number of files it can hold. So for a heavy, high-traffic e-commerce database, having a massive limit of up to 200,000 inodes on the R75 Elite plan is absolutely vital for the store to function properly without crashing. And this brilliantly illustrates the real-world impact of that tech spec. Listen to this note from a verified enterprise client. We switched our heavy WooCommerce store after searching for the best affordable web hosting in SA, but the performance is on another level.
The inode limit and support are game changers. It's just fantastic, practical, human proof that this elite tier easily handles heavy e-commerce traffic, keeping the store open and lightning fast around the clock.
Moving right along to Section 4, the e-commerce storefront.
Now that we've built a lightning-fast, load-shedding-proof digital foundation, the sources guide us to the customer-facing layer. And the best part? Utilizing this fast hosting doesn't require a coding degree. Looking at the QuickWeb website builder packages, their starter package gets a brand online for R$4 a month. But the sources identify the SME package at R$240 a month as an incredibly cost-effective option for growth. It gives you unlimited e-commerce products and unlimited web pages with the hosting already bundled in. Establishing a digital storefront this way is highly efficient for a local SME, and it comes with built-in organic SEO to ensure Google can readily find your site.
Plus, the setup process outlined here is entirely frictionless. Step 1. You literally just select from over 1,000 pre-built mobile responsive templates. Step 2. Drop in your products and services. Step 3. Seamlessly integrate crucial local payment options like EFT, credit card, or PayPal. And finally, Step 4. Manage your shipping rates and website content through a really simple CMS, or Content Management System portal. It seamlessly brings together every crucial e-commerce tool you need to succeed without the usual technical headaches.
Finally, Section 5, Remote IT Support. We've built an incredibly resilient system, from the internet connection straight to the storefront. But let's be real, even the very best systems occasionally need a pit crew. The sources indicate that when things go wrong, sitting in an automated national call center queue listening to elevator music can lead to lost sales. Instead, direct, local South African support is essential. For instance, VoxOS offers direct technical and diagnostic support right over WhatsApp. You can even use authorized dealer codes like VoxOS 13.8. Furthermore, through partners like Good Stuff Designs, there's access to secure remote PC support, whether you're running Windows, Mac, or Linux, plus 24/7 emergency support under managed service agreements. So the crucial point is, bypassing those automated queues for direct, local tech support forms your ultimate business safety net. Which brings us to a final, pretty provocative thought based on today's material. Is your business infrastructure truly built to survive the grid, or are you leaving your sales and your SEO in the dark? By layering reliable physical failovers, immune offshore hosting, a seamless storefront, and direct local support, the sources show us that businesses absolutely can take their power back. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and definitely be sure to check out the source materials for yourself to learn more.